Hello. So, total technical issues today. I have no idea. I'm just going to hope that all of this works for me. But for some reason, I cannot get started on my computer for Facebook Live. So I'm just going to do it from my phone. So I can't tell if anybody's there or not currently. And I don't know. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you're there. So today I'm talking about something that has been crossing my path again and again and again, and I think it might be helpful to just address it straight on. And that I want to tell you, first of all, is that I want to tell you that this comes up again and again and again. A lot of the women that come to see me are professionals. A lot of them are very successful. And so I want to address something that comes up with my clients again and again, and that is that often the perfectionism, their idea of being perfect, and gets in the way of them just even getting started. Because in their minds, what they have as an idea of how fitness and going into holistic and healthful living looks, how they have it, that it looks like in their head, is way more laborious than it needs to be. And so what happens is those people are like, I just don't have time for it. There's no way I can do it. I can't do it to the nth degree, and so I'm just not going to do it at all. Is this resonating with you? So it's just easier to be like, I just don't have time. I'm not going to think about it. It isn't something I'm going to focus on because I can't do it to my highest level. So then what ends up happening is that you don't do anything. It freezes you. Your perfectionism freezes you into inaction. And in that case, perfectionism is the enemy of good, right? It's completely the opposite of what you could be doing, which is something, versus absolutely nothing, because it can't be at this high level. And so that is what I want to talk about today, because sometimes I think perfectionism gets in the way of us getting started, because it's just it's too big, it's too much. So, are you an all or nothing person, tend to be driven, successful, type A, perfectionist? If that's you, then we're talking, okay? That's what we're talking about today. So with regard to, I think all of this is important to just kind of face it head on. And I think one of the things that it's very counterintuitive. But one of the things I want to tell you is that as soon as you can break up with or get rid of this all or nothing thinking when it comes to fitness and health, the sooner you can break up with that, the better. Because what all or nothing does is it forces you into a corner. And that corner is non-productive and not helpful. And in essence, it's just your perfectionism is kind of forcing you into a corner where you can't actually make decisions because you're just like, I can't, if I do, I'd rather just do nothing. So the first thing to do is start to assess start to see it. Start to see that, oh, look, I'm in a corner, I'm not doing anything. And the reason why I'm not doing anything is because I can't do it all or nothing. I can't work out 7 days a week. I can't, prepare healthful meals, every meal, and so I just would rather just not think about it. Once you can see it, you can kind of break up with it, because what your perfectionism is doing is freezing you. And then the next thing I would offer is to get really clear on your why. Because what happens is the fact of the matter is underneath it all, although I would never say should, But you know that you want to be doing something. You want to be doing something for yourself. You want to offer yourself some care. You know that underneath it. It's like a hum underneath, because it is through this care that everything flows. It is through this self-care that everything flows. Your work flows, your family flows, your relationships flow. All of this flows through you. And so caring for yourself is an integral part of being in the world. You can't ignore it. You can't. So you can hear it under there. And so once you can hear it, you can get really clear on your why. On your why that you want to take care of yourself. I propose that it really not be anything about your size or your weight. That's just, once you start there, you're just, that's just, ugh, that doesn't feel good. And also it's not an inherent. What's inherent to you? One for me is I want to get on the floor and play with my kids and get up off the floor. I want to be able to move with strength. I want to run around. I want to play with them. I want to climb trees. I want to swim. I want to be free in my body. These are reasons, these are my whys. What are your whys? What is it that your why is? And have it be of meaning for the love. Please don't have it be about the size of your pants, because that is so superficial that it won't hold you into your doing. You need to have it be something that's potent and powerful, and your reason for caring for yourself. One more. I do my work better in the world. I do my dharma better in the world when I can care for myself. I'm a better parent. I'm a better partner. I'm a better friend. I'm a better person in the world when I care for myself. That's another reason of my why. When I ignore myself, when I ignore my needs, my desires, my wants in terms of caring for myself, it suffers everywhere. Everything suffers. And so get really clear on your why. So let's recap. 1, break up with all or nothing thinking. All that's doing is freezing you in a corner. Number 2, get really clear on what your why is. Why do you want to do this? Because I can tell you till the cows come home that it will benefit all of the areas of your life, and it will. But you have to get really clear on why you want to start. Because you have to start. Yeah? 3rd thing. Oh, my favorite. My favorite thing to teach is to do one small thing that is of self-care and do it consistently. People question me all the time on this because they're used to coming from a place of, I've got to do a complete overhaul of my life. You don't. You don't have to do a complete overhaul of your life. Do one small thing and do it consistently. What is your one small thing? I break things up into categories: body, mind, spirit, so that I can support the all of me, the whole soma, all my layers, my body, my mind, my spirit. And I try to do one small thing to support that every day. They're all connected. So even if you say, I'm just going to drink an extra glass of water or be hydrated for the day, imagine how that trickles into all the other layers of your body. It does. And I do it consistently. So do one small thing and do it consistently. You want some ideas about doing small things? I'll put them below. But what I want you to start noticing is when you do one small thing consistently, it creates a little bit of momentum, and it's not that hard to see that, oh, I can weave this right into my life. Look, I'm doing this 10-minute walk and I'm doing it every day, and it's not a big deal. And I'm parking far away, and it's not a big deal. And I'm drinking more water, and it's not a big deal. To do the small things, it's when you're trying to overhaul your life and do everything. I've got to eat this, and I got a meal plan, and I got to drink the water, and then I got to exercise, and I got to get to the gym, and I got to meet the train. And oh my God, no wonder no one starts, because it's too overwhelming. You don't need a life overhaul. You have a beautiful, wonderful life. All I'm saying is that you could play with creating opportunities to give yourself consistent, loving self-care. And what does that look like for you? So I'll put some ideas below. But friends, those are the 3 things that I really recommend for you to get started in breaking up with your perfectionism, to start movement, to start momentum, to start finally, I think, stirring yourself back into the mix of your life, because my friends, you're so worth it. And it is through you that all things are going to flow out to your people, right? So please get started and get your perfectionism out of the way. Concentrate on what your why is. Let me know what your why is, because that, my friend, that's the meat of it. I want to be able to live a very long and active life where I can move with ease and not be hunched over. I mean, that's a why for me. What is your why? And start to take small, consistent actions towards supporting your beautiful self, because you're so worth it. Give me a thumbs up if you got it. And also let me know if this is for me, perfectionism, breaking up with my perfectionism has been a journey. So if you have any tips, I'd sure love to hear them from you. All right, that is my Tuesday tip. I will put information in the comments that will be supportive to you. Have a great one. See ya.